Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 8 and Text 23. This has no purport, I will read it by myself. Nunala Gaurayata Shesha Bogha Paryanka Ekam Purusham Shayanam Fanata Patrayuta Murdha Ratna Dhyubir Hata Dvanta Yuganta Taye Toye. Translation: Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead, the body of Shesha Naga, on which the personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Shesha Naga, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of those regions. Text 24. Preksham Shipantam Haritopaladre Sandhya Branive Ururukma Mudnaha Ratno Dadharaushadi Saumanasya Vanasrajo Venu Bhujangri Pangre. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation: The luster of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountains, waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers, seem like garlands, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs, decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves, and flower garlands, mocked the scene on the mountain. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The panoramic beauty of nature, which strikes one with wonder, may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. In Bhagavad Gita, it is described that one who is attracted by Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. The sense the Bhaktivedanta purport. So, Lord Brahma's darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is described in these verses. We'll continue to see more details in the next few verses. So after 100 years of meditation, according to his own time scale, Lord Brahma developed the required knowledge, and then he saw the Lord in his heart, and then he also has darshan of his beautiful transcendental form. So Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead. So first he saw the bedstead, the bed on which the Lord is lying, and that is actually the body of Shesha Naga. White bed. Then on which he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Shesha Naga. On the Shesha Naga hoods, there are some jewels are bedecked, and so they are spreading illumination, dispelling the darkness of that region. Then Brahma's attention went on to the body of the Lord himself. Preksham Kshipantam Harita Upala Adre. So his first experience of Lord's body is that Preksham is panoramic in view, highly colorful and full of variegatedness. So Preksham Kshipantam, and that view of the Supreme Lord is so wonderful that it is mocking Harita Upala Adre. It is mocking the beauty of a coral mountain. Kshipantam means that which is mocking or deriding. Vetkaram mata. So it is no comparison at all. So I am trying to understand what is this coral mountain. Upala Adre. What is this coral? So in the ocean, when somebody dives into the ocean, in some of the surfaces, you will see the living entities within the ocean. They create something called corals. They are known as coral reef. Basically, a colony of corals. Each coral will be mostly a bone, like we get conch shell, but you will also see a lot of designs there. They are called coral reef. So then, of course, went to our friend Google, trying to see what is this coral reef. So it has listed some top 10 destinations to see these coral reefs, which are actually under the water. Like India, Andaman, Nicobar, then Mauritius, and many other places all over the world where there is a ocean. Generally, in the shallow waters, these particular growths can be seen. The description of the coral is that they are like multicolored and bright colored formations. So I saw the writer who is describing those corals. He doesn't have proper words to describe how those coral reefs look like. In one place he says it is a cacophony of colors. Cacophony means incoherent sounds. If they come, that's called cacophony. Incoherent, and you cannot see a pattern. In terms of the sounds, it is called cacophony. But then, in terms of colors, he has no. All expanding, sweeping view. Cacophony means, just to get an idea, what we get the sounds. That's called the cacophony. Our neighbors are there. They put some songs which have no meaning. It's a splash of colors, highly colorful, bright colors, incoherent. Like we have an experience of seeing a rainbow. Material nature manifests such wonderful formations. Rainbow we see. But rainbow has a kind of a harmony. There is a appears to be little systematic. All the 7 colors, and it looks very systematic. But then coral reefs are not like that. They are like splash of colors, apparently haphazard, but beautiful to look at. Some people, they try to touch also, but within the coral lives the living entity, so they have to be careful about it. And here in this particular verse, the Lord's body is compared to Upala Adre means coral mountain. In this world, I was seeing whether there is a coral mountain under the sea water. There is no such formation discovered by the the karmis as of today, what they call it as coral gardens. Maximum they have gardens, but imagine that multiplied by many hundreds of times into a coral mountain full of colors and variegatedness and varieties. So that is Harita Upaladre. There is a comparison given between these two. So Preksham Kshipantam Harita Upaladre, the luster of the Krishna's, the Lord's body, transcendental body, it has mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. Mocking means minimizing, deriding, contemptuously minimizing it. So the Lord's luster has minimized the Adris, the coral mountain's luster. Then Sandhya Abranive. By evening, the coral mountain will be, by evening, the sun is setting, and then you will see, on the mountain you will see slowly some some shadow areas will be there. And so that is appearing like a dress. Those shadows and here and there some colors. It's like, looks like you have spread one more dress all over the coral mountain. So then here it is saying the coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky. As soon as the evening has coming in, the coral mountain is looking even more beautiful, as if some dress is been given to the entire mountain. But that is mocked by the yellow dress of the Lord. So the Lord is, so that means Brahma is trying to understand what is that he is seeing. He is seeing a panoramic view of the transcendental beauty of the Supreme Lord, and so he is trying to see if it is anything comparable to the manifestations in this world. But the coral mountain, which is supposed to be the best in terms of its luster and beauty, that is mocked at every step by the Lord's own beauty. So Ura Rukma Murdnaha, on the coral mountain peak there is some gold is there, very beautiful. But then here the Lord is having one helmet bedecked with all the jewels, and so that helmet made of gold and embedded with jewels, that has mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. Then it goes on to the mountains, waterfalls. We have an idea of waterfall here. There are waterfalls in the mountain, and then the herbs are grown in such a way that it is, waterfalls are looking like, garlanding. It's like you are garlanding the entire mountain. One waterfall is coming like this, one is coming like this. It looks like a garland. So waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers seem like garlands, looking like beautiful garlands. But the Lord's gigantic body, hands and legs decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves and flower garlands, mocked the scene on the mountain. But Lord's own garlands, which are made up of tulsi leaves, they mocked the beauty which is visible in the nature. So that's why Prabhupada is saying the Lord's form here is very scenic. We all want to see sceneries, particularly in the rainy season. Even the barren land looks very green and lush green and with a lot of flowers and varieties, and it looks very beautiful to see. So Prabhupada explains in the purport that beauty of the nature, panoramic beauty of nature, which strikes one with wonder. Because see, for example, this coral reef which is found under the ocean, just to see that millions of people visit all these countries. They have to pay a price also, and then they take some diving suits. They dive into the waters. They want to go and closely see the coral formations. They want to enjoy the colors, and sometimes they want to even touch and get the experience. And see, this is it strikes wonder in the hearts of people. So Prabhupada is saying, very interestingly, that panoramic beauty of the nature may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. The original beauty is found in the transcendental body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What we are actually seeing in this world is only a reflection, a temporary reflection of that original beauty found in the spiritual world. So in one place, Prabhupada explains this concept of how the original beauty is present in the spiritual body or spiritual world. He says, we should always appreciate the creative energy of the Supreme Lord. Now, what is this material nature? What are we seeing all around us? The beautiful manifestations. They are actually nothing but the creative energy of the Supreme Lord. Beautiful nature, even though material and therefore temporary, is always full of the glories of the Creator. This is very important. The beauty that we'll see in the creation all around us, that is always full of the glories of the Creator. Once Prabhupada takes his disciples to Dr. Mishra's ashram in the US, in the very early days. And then after the program is over, when they are coming back to the city, on the way they see beautiful sceneries. The sun is setting and then hills are there, the lush green manifestations all around. They feel very nice, and they say, Prabhupada, it is so nice, the nature is so beautiful. Then Prabhupada says, if the nature is so beautiful, imagine how beautiful the creator of that nature must be. How is that beautiful thinking coming? Because the creator is a beautiful person. That's why he is able to manifest into his creations. There is a class of philosophers who condemn the material creation as false. They say that Brahman is truth, but the creation is false. This is not good. The temporary creation is also a relative truth. It is in fact the temporary picture of the eternal creation. Very interesting statement. Prabhupada is saying, this material nature, it is in fact a temporary picture of the eternal creation. Imagine you able to get a spiritual world's glimpse, take a photograph. That is the temporary nature. So the forgetful soul has no information of the spiritual creation known as the Sanatan Dhamma, but the temporary creation gives an idea of this original creation. The devotees of the Lord therefore make the best use of the bad bargain by utilizing the temporary creation in the service of the Lord. So this is the mood of the devotees. So Prabhupada is saying here, one who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of the material nature. So this is the point. We cannot escape the beauty all around us by closing our eyes. That is not the way to deal with the attraction of this world. The world is attractive because the Creator is all attractive. is the supremely attractive personality of Godhead. And so, when his opulences are slightly reflected into this world, even this world also looks very attractive. Why the living entities are running behind this false beauty and all the other opulences that we see, because they give a glimpse of the original opulences of the Supreme Lord. So, if we want to come out of the attraction for this temporary beauty, then the only way is one has to get attracted to the permanent beauty of the Supreme Lord. So that's why Prabhupada is quoting the famous 2.59 shloka, Param Društva, what is that verse, 2.59. Yeah, Vishya Vinivartante Daharasya Dehinaha. Rasavarjum rasopyasya param društva nivartate. The embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste for sense objects remain. But ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste is fixed in consciousness. So our goal should be to develop this param društva. Something higher should be experienced. But is there something higher in this world? There is nothing higher here. Param means one should be attracted to the spiritual variegatedness. The variegatedness that we see in this world appears to be fascinating to us because we have no information about the spiritual variegatedness. After we go back to the Krishna's abode, Krishna's Dham, is not that everything is silent, everything is vacant, everything is motionless, hungerless and lifeless. No, it is full of variegatedness. In fact, it is so multicolored, fascinating, that one forgets the beauty that he experiences in this world. So that is the right process. So devotees, even if they see some opulences in this world, their mood is that how I can utilize these opulences in the service of the Supreme Lord. For example, a nice coral is available. It is very costly. Some corals runs into crores. So what he does is he utilizes that in the service of the Lord. Like in the beginning days, Govinda, she got some donation of some few corals, because they are not so costly, and then she wanted to use it in the service of the Lord. At that time, Prabhupada encourages. So, of course, generally we don't want to use very costly items, jewels and corals and gold, for decorating the deities because of the safety or the security issues. Otherwise, so that should be the mood. Anything valuable, anything beautiful, or anything which is worth considering should be utilized in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is called Param Društva. Then one experiences a higher consciousness, and he can give up the lower aspects of utilizing these things. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.